Have you ever been obsessed with someone you know is a monster? The kind of character who steals another man's life, claims his wife, and ruins everything he touches. You want to hate him, but you can't look away. This is Jason 2, the most dangerous man in Dark Matter. He doesn't just cross the line, he erases it. So why does it work? Why are we so drawn to something so wrong? He's the kind of character that makes you lean in and wonder what he's going to do next. So how does Dark Matter pull this off? Let's break it down. Dark Matter begins with a simple but haunting idea. What if you could see the life you didn't choose? Jason Desson is a physics professor living a quiet life with his wife and son, dreaming of the life he gave up, until he's kidnapped by a masked man and wakes up in a version of reality where he's rich, famous, and has all the accolades. But his wife and son, gone. The masked man was Jason too, another version of him, a version who made the opposite choices, who chose ambition over love, who achieved everything he ever wanted, but wound up with nothing meaningful to come home to. And when Jason 2 finally sees the life he could have had, he can't let it go. He regrets the decisions he made, but instead of accepting them or trying to mend bridges, he does something unthinkable. He builds a device to steal Jason 1's life, to take his wife, to raise his son, to become him. And in his mind, it's not theft, it's a fair trade. He convinces himself that Jason 1 will thank him for the second chance. But this is where the story truly fractures, because the moment Jason 2 steps into another man's life, he crosses a line, and there's no telling how far he'll go. As he integrates into his new life, Jason 2 starts to get comfortable. People like the new Jason. He buys his son a new skateboard and a new car, he dresses better, puts away the dishes, spends a lot more time with his wife. But if anything threatens that, he becomes dangerous, most notably towards his friend Ryan, who starts as an irritation that he quickly shuts down. He makes sure Ryan knows not to interfere with his life, until Ryan thinks he's stealing his formula and threatens him. Then Ryan has to be dealt with. With cold precision, Jason 2 lures him into the box. Then he leaves him stranded in another reality with no way home. To Jason 2, someone that's become a problem has to be erased. One act justifies the next, and it takes more and more to maintain the lie. We can't look away because Jason 2 has already gone further than most of us ever would, and because his goal is clear, driven by unwavering conviction. He's not just making morally questionable choices, he's diving headfirst into the darkest extremes to get what he wants. This clarity of purpose, combined with the sheer audacity of his actions, creates a tension that pulls us in, even if we don't like him. For writers, the takeaway is this: when your character's goal is crystal clear and they pursue it relentlessly, no matter the cost, you create an irresistible narrative drive. The audience will want to see how far they'll go, even if it makes them uncomfortable. As Jason 2 settles deeper into his stolen life, the cracks begin to show. He's not just living someone else's life, he's rewriting it on his terms. He keeps Daniela in the dark, making decisions without her, pushing her away even as he clings tighter. He manipulates her, twisting her trust while pretending to be the husband she remembers. His relationship with Amanda, his on-again, off-again girlfriend from his original world, is just as corrosive. He uses her when it suits him, discarding her when she becomes inconvenient. And the most disturbing part, he knows exactly how to hurt her. He even uses intimate knowledge from their relationship in his world to psychoanalyze her, laying out her deepest flaws and insecurities as she tries to help him, hurting her, knowing that no matter how poorly he treats her, Amanda will still want him. But Jason 2 doesn't see himself as the villain. In his mind, he's the hero, doing whatever it takes to seize the life he should have had. He tells himself he earned this, he worked hard, he made sacrifices, so now it should be exactly how he wants it. The most unsettling villains are the ones who think they're the hero. Jason 2 doesn't twirl a moustache. He genuinely believes he's fixing a mistake. And because he sees himself as rational, his manipulation is insidious. It's not explosive drama that creates the tension. It's the quiet violations of trust, the small decisions that reshape someone's reality without their consent. The strongest villains aren't chaotic, they're calculated. They twist love, trust, and history into tools to control the people around them. When a character knows someone's vulnerabilities and still uses them, the emotional stakes skyrocket. If you want to create gripping tension, don't just escalate the action, escalate the intimacy of the betrayal. But all that quiet manipulation eventually demands a breaking point. Jason 2's obsession with obtaining the perfect life escalates every time a fracture threatens the illusion. He tells himself it's necessary, that he's just protecting the life he finally found. But the deeper tragedy is that every line he crosses makes it harder for him to ever truly belong to it. When he kidnaps Jason 1, he doesn't just tell him to get out of the car, he smashes his face into the steering wheel. This showed he was not messing around, and was one of the first hints he could be menacing if his goal required it. This escalation can be depicted through conversation as well. Later in the series, Daniela and Jason 2 are having an argument. Daniela's feeling embarrassed, misunderstood, and feels he's making decisions for her without even considering what she wants. And what does he say?
You're just not the person I thought you were. I didn't mean that like that. I didn't.
To us, the audience, that line is layered. We understand he means in terms of the multiverse, that she's not the ideal version he imagined. But to her, it's the worst possible thing he could have said in that moment. It cuts deep. It's this ability to intensify scenes physically and emotionally that makes Jason 2 so chilling. For writers, ask yourself, how can I escalate this moment just one level higher than expected? If your villain demands someone kneels, don't have them shout. Have them kick the back of their knees until they fall. In dialogue, don't just think about the worst thing they could say. Think about the worst thing they could say to that character in that moment. Violence doesn't need to be constant, it just needs to be precise. Emotional attacks don't need to be loud, they just need to hurt. Those are the moments that make your villain unforgettable, not because they're evil, but because they escalate in ways that feel personal and terrifyingly real. Jason 2 is the reason dark matter lingers in your mind long after it ends. Not because he's the most powerful, but because he's the most twisted and the most compelling. At his core, he isn't driven by power or greed. He's driven by regret. A single choice he wishes he could take back, because nothing he achieved, not the success, not the fame, was worth the cost of a family, and that's what makes him a tragic villain. Because even when he finally has everything, he can't hold on to it. He's changed too much. He's not Jason 1 anymore. And no matter how hard he tries, he can't fake being the man Daniela fell in love with. And in the end, he couldn't hold on to the one thing he truly wanted. Not because it was taken from him, because the cost of getting it was becoming unworthy of it. If you want more writing analysis and tips on writing great stories, I put out new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss them.